to another video in this Python Toolbox series. Today we're going to be looking at the input command, and to start with, let's have a look at what we've got here with the basic input command, which is lowercase input. We have brackets, and then inside that we can enter a string that is used as a prompt that appears for the user over in the console so they know what it is to enter. Now, really importantly, you'll always see something equals input because you have to store that input in a variable. So the same variable name rules apply when you're choosing a variable name to store your input in, but you must always have something equals input or it's not going to be valid. Once we do this, what they input will be stored in name, and I'm using it in an F string to print it out. Now, just so you know what this is down here, I've used triple string quotes around this section here, and that's another way of commenting out a longer and larger section of code. Let's run this and see what it does. So here's the prompt coming up over here, and then when I enter a name, it says hello, and then the name that I've entered. And just so you can see that that works, I'll run it again and give it a different name. And you can see that no matter which name I give it, it will respond with the correct thing. Now, that's a basic input statement, how to get a string. Now, we're going to have a little look at this section, so I'll just uncomment it. And what you can see here is at the moment I'm saying age equals int input. Now, I'm going to just take this away for a moment and just show you what the problem is if it's not there. So we'll just run this. First thing I want you to see, though, is in the input box, we can use an F string for our prompt. And that means I can personalize it so it will use their name. So if you run this again, and we say Bob, you'll see here, enter your age in years, Bob. So it's personalized it because I used this F string. And I'm going to type in 10, and we get this big ugly message here. And what it's saying is it can't concatenate string to an int. It can only do it to another string. And actually here, what I've said is age plus 10. Now, you can't do plus 10 to a string, basically. So I need to make it know that age is going to be an integer, or tell it to make age an integer after I receive the input, because all input by default will be a string. So I've got two choices. I can either come here and say age equals int age. So what I'm saying here is give me the integer version of age and store that back where the string version was. So from now on, age would be an integer. If I run this and we say 10, you can see that it now works because it's able to do this. Now we're going to cover maths in the next video. Now the alternative you would have seen when I first started the video is we can actually say we want int, and the int command has brackets, and we put it around the entire input statement that we had there. So we can either do it on one line or we can do it on two, and you can see that it still works. I'm going to use a different name and a different age, and you can see that it still works no matter who we use. Now, you're going to go off and you're going to try now the Python Toolbox challenge number 5, and then I'll have a video that goes through the answers to that one. And then there's actually going to be Python challenge number 6 that you should be ready to do as well without needing to see anything new. Okay, I'll be back with those videos soon.